Grand Rising, everybody. We're going to start this off with some music like we always do and shouting out the sponsors. First of all, shout out to Chris Cyphers, Bronze Flat Power Guy, Richard TSL Flat Motherfucking Power, Dangerous Music, Prophet Levi, Executive Sessions, Brother Sanchez, and all the Flat Power family, man. Grand Rising, much love and respect to everybody. You know, the brother, the topic of this stream is going to be Jewish Virtual Library with the brother Lotus. So we're going to give my brother Lotus time to get in the house, and we're going to play some music. Shout out to everybody, man. Much love and respect to everybody. We're going to start it off with some Dangerous, like we always do. Promo 2023 and beyond. That's all we on over here. Promo 2023 and beyond. Grand Rising, everybody. Much love and respect to everybody.
So it's time for you to get the notes. The quickest way to sell your soul is when you niggas vote. This shit I'm kicking is forbidden, better listen, bro. A politician preaching love is the biggest joke. See what they do is use the shit as a tool. Got us focused on these fools and putting shit in our food. Fighting to free your mind is kinda hollow but true. The system make you a zombie if you follow the rules. So we rebel, but not too many live it to tell. Till they find the cheat code using digital scales. Paradise is aborted when the mission is failed. Heaven and hell collide like prison and jail. And you don't need religion just to say you awake. You even dumber than you look, you think you came from an ape. Religion needs science, science need religion. One tell a story and the other paint the picture. But listen, nigga, if you dig a little deeper, you can find that little rabbit in the mother of the reaper. I'm the best for a reason. There's a message in the speaker. When the cosmos talking, that's a blessing from the ether. One day I met the devil for real and made a deal with him. Told him all I want is the money and kept it real with him. Came in the form of a thought, I couldn't build with him. Shit I was selling the fiends was really killing them. Your gun bars ain't much if your gat don't shoot. I'm strapped and bulletproof like the Batman suit. All it take is one snap to have my enemies killed. The laws in space and time, I could bend them at will. Yeah, I'm in the world that some of y'all have not seen, and living on the page that some of y'all cannot read. And right now they probably calling me cheap, cause I decided it's enough and now I finally speak. Tell you the truth, I don't trust people who cheat. It's deeper than having sex, you give birth to deceit. If you see where this is going, this is true as can be. If you lie to the ones you love, then you do it to me. The cold word is rainy night. Niggas get wet outside, but ain't no rain in sight. They wonder where this come from. Ascension when it's all done. No reason to believe in a God. When you become one, you understand. You could get it the same. Niggas will double cross you if you get them the fame. My soul ain't for sale just to get in the game. It's dangerous, homie, just remember the name.
Last of my people been driven out of another slave for over 700 years, and I carried the European taught the Europeans until they're coming back.
They just wanna keep us asleep. I know this shit suck, but when the fuck when niggas wake up, I know this shit tough. Every other step you take, you get your foot stuck. Cause they go and show you the fly with some niggas pushed up. Religion is a part of the system, my nigga, listen. If you ain't got control of your soul, then you's a victim. The Pope all over the net with politicians. The same politicians who sleeping with little children. Time to make them pay for what they did to the youth. But freedom of speech is nothing when they censoring truth. You ain't gotta show shit when you live in the proof. Giving support to your oppressors, man, you niggas is goofs. Time to fight fire with fire, get on some nigga shit. Time to get back what they stole, all of our innocence. Some people hate the way that I talk, this shit be spicy. But say a bunch of shit that ain't true, it isn't likely. They try to say your vision ain't true, but with your sight see. The best way to tear you apart is through your psyche. I give it to you real, what you need me to say. Ask the world leaders about the oath they secretly take. It's a plan that they got to keep us legally slaves. Paid labor overwhelming when you needed a break. If you think that I'm just talking, then bitch you lost. It's a war going on like rich versus poor. The rich keep getting rich while your broke ass starve. Feeding you little pennies at that punk ass job. Thinking cause you get it in tax, you need that income. Really I'm just stating the facts cause niggas been dumb. Your emotions are controlled by a system. Cause when I make a song full of hate, niggas listen. When I make a song about love, niggas skip it. They both from the soul, so really ain't nothing different. Today you gotta give it a fight to make the hate stop. Niggas on that ignorant shit gon' get a face shot. Believe what you wanna believe. A lot of niggas snakes, only going off of belief. A lot of shit is fake with two cans blazing. I'm ready for damnation. So tell a slave master I'm burning the plantation. You fuck niggas like to throw pain but can't take it. So all during war these flames remain sacred. Barrel to the root of your tongue, you niggas tasteless. Lights flying over your head, it ain't a spaceship. The reason why we fully equipped was information. It led us on the path that got us out of the matrix. Unity is power beyond, we should embrace it. But you could never bathe in the truth when you were racist. Speeding off what you was taught, then the brakes slip. Then you see it's nothing you thought, that shit is dangerous. A lot of people died for what? That shit was aimless. It's kinda like a video game, it took stages. Just make sure these lanes remain nameless. Hood Politics Part 2, my name dangerous.
Hey, shout out everybody. Give me 1 minute. I gotta find my Hood Politics Part 3. That was 1 and 2. Now we're gonna hit 3. Shout out my nigga Dane. Yeah. Shout out everybody. Waiting on the brother Lotus. Come get this presentation.
Shit getting out of control, I mean we been there. Hate, they disguise it as love, we call it sensei. They took us to a place where ain't none of this shit clear, and we just look stupid, wondering how we get here. This government got us in chains cause they don't love us. They got us separated by gangs over some colors. What hurts more is we keep trusting these motherfuckers and putting bullshit that they say over each other. It's a bad world, many cry in this sad world. A unicorn is compared to a black girl, or any child when you mix it making life swirl. Gems meet a diamond and dance to make the ice swirl. Nigga, don't waste your time trying to hate on me. If you can't deal with your pride, then stay away from me. I don't fuck with none of that dumb shit, you heard that? Don't believe we live on a globe, nigga, the earth flat. First you gotta love yourself, then take the earth back. Find what's really important and make it worth that. Too much time in your hands lead to a dirt nap, but niggas don't keep the same energy to exert that.
What kind of freedom is that? What kind of social or political system is it when a black man has no voice in court, has nothing on his side other than what the white man chooses to give him? My brothers and sisters, we have to put a stop to this, and it will never be stopped until we stop it ourselves.
Mind over matter, but none of that'll matter when in life you're trying to climb and a nigga pull a ladder, believing in the myth when reality is shattered. The lies never end unless you serve it on a platter. America made you a slave, then call you monster. Erase everything that we paved and say we conquered. Willie lynching is a system that really harmed us. It raped women, left children without their fathers. America, land of the free, home of the great. America, cage of the beast, home of a snake. But the fight don't stop when you gone. This shit a marathon. Everything they touched in this world, they made it terraform. The best piece of advice, stay about these pig sight. Fuck what goes on in the street, nigga, just live life. You only get one of those, nigga. Don't play with that. Trying to dance away in the dark and never make it back. We got a lot of loving to do. Shit is getting worse. Hate run deep in these roots. It's like the shit is cursed. Murder everything you can name. The world gone berserk. Pedophilia real as fuck. It's even in the church. Music, we've been flaming it. No, it ain't no game with it. Just know I put my soul on the beat. When you banging it, this is for the shit that I see and won't play with it. Hood Politics Part 3, my name dangerous.
They attack the victim, and then the criminal who attacked the victim accuses the victim of attacking him. This is American justice. This is American democracy. And those of you who are familiar with it know that in America, democracy is hypocrisy. Now, if I'm wrong, put me in jail. But if you can't prove that a democracy is not hypocrisy, then don't put your hands on me.
Hey, real quick, everybody, shout out to everybody in the house. About to stop that. Stop the screen sharing real quick and come over here. Shout out everybody. We're gonna come over here. Hood Politics Part 4, my nigga Dangerous. Promo 2023 and beyond. Give me a minute, everybody. Here we go. Shout out to the network. That's all we doing, building.
Now you talking to me.
The goddess of love, hey. The goddess of love, love.
Now you talking to me.
The goddess of love, hey. The goddess of love, love.
Now you talking to me.
The goddess of love, hey. The goddess of love, love.
Now you talking to me.
The goddess of love, hey. The goddess of love, love. You feel me? You feel me?
Well, no, it's so despicable. And think about what kind of monster takes a horrible tragedy like this, a personal tragedy that breaks everybody's heart. Take a tragedy like this and use it to advance some weird political agenda.
Greatness walked in the building, I did you miss me? Flat earth don't mean niggas live on the frisbee. Niggas still believe in religion and watch suffering. Niggas put their faith in a system that don't fuck with them. Black gloves cover my hands, committing homicide. Memories plotting revenge, it left me traumatized. Coming from the bottom and trying to get to the other side. The greatest motivation in life, watching my mother cry. Big corporations still consider it slaves. Freedom got a price, they call it minimum wage. The money make predators, these the sinners that pray. But we ain't never done, new beginnings await. If you ain't fucking with me now, you really think I need y'all? The roller coaster ride of life, it's kinda like the seesaw. But when you get to this view, everything could seem small. It even got these bitches diving mouth first to these balls. Man, shit change when I get in the V, cause I just let my ego drive when I sit in the seats. I mean, I used to be a bummy nigga, simple and clear. Then I cleaned up and turned into the pimp of the year. Any nigga harming a child is a terrorist. Niggas still believe in the book. Need a therapist, you fly, but you catching the bus. This shit embarrassing. Quick to say you stacking them bucks. This shit hilarious. Niggas thought homie was soft, but he a block nigga. Quiet ones always let off. You gotta watch niggas. Legend is 12 was thirsty and tried to stop niggas. Same cat, him and his mans turned into cop killers.
Authorities say the suspect, age 35, deliberately lured the officers to his home with a 911 call, waiting for them, armed with an AR-15 assault rifle.
Hey yo, the chosen one, light-skinned nigga, yeah, the golden one. Father to the fire with this shit, I control the sun. Niggas did the double cross thing, got his ball sling, put the barrel under his chin and made his thoughts ring. But fuck the government, the way that it stands. Every branch attached to it, all the way to Japan. I hope niggas break from it any way that you can. It only take a few steps to walk away from the plan. Shit, I hope niggas wake up, learn we gotta win. School shooting made the news, they turning it to a trend. They wanna keep you dumb and blind. Voting for your favorite crooks, always for the lesser evil, never for the greater good. Can't sleep, one eye open like a cyclops. Can't believe none of they truth, this shit is psyops. The sunset and sunrise, good mornings turn to goodbyes. Meeting at the funeral service, that's when the love dies. Father kills 2-year-old, now that's a monster. Woman shot her husband on live, he need a doctor. Homie didn't make it, of course, see that's that girl lost. She did that in front of their kids, and the world saw. It's been a few years in this world, been on some crazy shit. Desensitized the mind, they made this shit exist. I'm just trying to tell you the truth, that's the way it is. Hood Politics Part 4, my name Dangerous.
Make sure y'all sub up to my brother DVD Records, man, please. Here we forming a network over here. It's called the Network. Gonna do a couple more promos. Then we're gonna hand the mic over to
Virtual Libraby. You ever wonder what it's like to live in the jungle? Lion, tigers, and bears, snakes, and scorpions.
But you fuck with white girls and you push genocide. And Jennifer, the only one you call for a ride.
Give me some, get your one. I'm a chosen one to overcome any spiritual war. I know I already won, plus my high vibration surpassing all you bums.
Lyrical ecstasy, pull up smooth. How will Lexus be? Reference me whenever you thinking of who the best would be.
Supreme dropper, the son of God, the dream stopper, the rude awakener, fumigating you fleas proper.
The key to life is not to compete with rivals. You live evil, so we divide you, then collide you. Bleed the strip like a menstrual cycle. Lift a rifle, stop your vitals.
And they let me in because I found what was built in. And they like what I do with the pen. I zeroed in, I mastered my zen.
I'm colder than the Chi-Town breeze. Use a fake, put the metal to your face like, lie down please. Let the frost stop, leave the same impression from a car drop. Y'all watch the boy stand out like a boss. Fuck each and every last one of them. Fuck everybody that jumped ship and fuck whoever run with them. Fuck you for biting my style, nigga, you big lame. I'm a cesspool to you niggas, you just a shit stain. Just a shit stain. Just a shit stain. Just a shit stain. Just a shit stain.
You are now entering
The Love Palace,
the goddess.
where we're getting into the lives of the people behind the bars. You feel me?
Now you talking with
The goddess of love, hey. The goddess of love, love.
Now you talking with
The goddess of love, hey. The goddess of love, love.
Now you talking with
The goddess of love, hey. The goddess of love, love.
Now you talking with
The goddess of love, hey. The goddess of love, love. You feel me? You feel me?
Hey, make sure y'all get a copy of my brother Enemy's Public Wife book called Fire. About to start it now.
A once gold-driven, ambitious Sapphire turns to the street life after the sudden death of her big brother Dre.
Make sure y'all get a
Dre's
copy
best
of my
friend
brother
Devontae
Enemy's
tries to
Public
honor
Wife
his
book
homeboy's last request
called
of
Fire.
looking out for his baby sister.
$20.
The rebellious Sapphire makes it very difficult
My book
for
will be coming
Devontae
soon.
to carry out his
Tell
promise.
y'all.
Author
about us
Angela
supporting
King
y'all. James
presents Fire. Get it on Amazon, on paperback, or Kindle.
Hey, also make sure y'all get some of the flat power gear, brother Sanchez, man. Make sure y'all get y'all some flat power gear. If anybody got anything they want me to promote, email me, text me, call me. I'll promote it.
Gear up with our exclusive merchandise. Shop now and show your support. Visit our website or click the link below. Thank you.
Real quick, everybody, shout out to brother Lotus. We're about to get this thing started. Do a mic check, Lotus.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Loud and clear, brother. Loud and clear. Stop that, bam. Loud and shit clear. I wanted to play one more song, then I'm going to hand the line over to you if I could find it real quick. Yeah, everybody sub up to everybody, man. If y'all got any idea for the channel OG, I'm open to all suggestions. But yeah, I'll play it at the end. I wanted to play some of my brother Ghetto Child. I got to go on my other list, but I'm gonna stop screen sharing real quick. I got you. I'm gonna play some of your music later, brother, during the music break. What I'm gonna do is we coming in loud and clear, brother. I'm gonna hand you over the host and let you do your thing, man. Shout out to my brother Lotus. brother I have a lot of respect for. You know, love his information that he bring. You know, with that, I give y'all Lotus. Go ahead, brother. You got it. Should be the
Honorable
host.
admiration. I think so. I think it's set up. Honorable admiration, all my good brothers and sisters of the feather. Appreciate you, my good brother, Big Dog Philly OG. Allowing me to come here and shed some light on some very, very important information relevant to our day-to-day. What's going on now? What happened in the past? And the guide to being in control of our destiny. As always, I'm here to shed some light on some people that are in control of what we have going on. So to show what they're doing and understand what they have done so we can move on. You know, we need to heal from this travesty of consistent bombardment of propaganda from all directions created by a group of people. And I want to do it respectful, so we won't say a nationality of people, a color of people, or anything like that. It's specific people. You know, you can identify the name of specific people that are responsible for things. And, you know, so this is a time right now in the conscious community where everything is real shaky. Everything's still going in the same direction. People jumping out of windows and, you know, stuff getting odd and weird. Hold on, y'all.
Hey, shout out my brother Needy in the house. Much love and respect, Needy. I see you. Go ahead, brother.
That's right. And so this whole situation with the Jewish virtual library is connected to what I wanted to be putting together. I had to break away from what I was, you know, regularly talking about. Of course, the corporation, the gatekeepers, and the scientists. Forgetting if scientists is in the middle, but you know, those things are very key to everything. Like, there's no way around it. But I had to get on this set of information that many might not have, you know, access to. And during an interview that I did with Walter Williams, who wrote 2 books at the time. Man, the book slipped my mind. But he's one of the key components to saying that the meta-netter has not been deciphered, or the hieroglyphics have not been deciphered. It's a bunch of European babble. And he wrote a book breaking down that there's never been men that walk the face of the earth as Abraham, Isaac, Ishmael, and all that good Bible stuff. And then he wrote another book and went in on the Quran. So when I interviewed him, we were really challenging. You know, we were really challenging a lot of information. And while things were being done in the public, in the background between many of us, a lot of elders at the time were going back and forth about information. And there was a situation where it's like, do we want to share all the information that we've been gathering around the world with people in the conscious community, or are we going to continue on teaching and doing debates? Like, are we going to start shining some light on you know, sources of information that many of us believe, because we live in a westernized society where we are yearly bombarded with propaganda to make us think ancient historical events happen. You know, so we grew up watching these things, believing these Roman stories and these Greek stories and these Egyptian stories, or anything that became a popular movie, or anything that caught our attention dealing with history, no matter what color, no matter what situation. So it's it was Walter Williams, 34 seconds on that. Walter Williams, who started explaining to people that, hey, look, these stories aren't real. And this is how I conclude that these stories aren't real. And no one really had attention towards that. But no one was asking him questions. Everyone just wanted to debate. Me, on the other hand, how do you know that? What do you mean? I was going there and he gave me bits and pieces. And during the interview, he was saying, like, you got to buy my book. You know, like, I'm already giving you too much. I can't give you my whole book. But like, I needed the key information. And when he mentioned that key information, there was no information available that could explain the details of what he was saying. And it was, you know, tripping me out because I concluded some of the information as well, that there was a group of people who were creating all the history and making and going around making monuments and shit and making stuff and saying it's ancient. And they became good at it and they were traveling all around the world. But when you're just saying it, there was like, there's no way that you can like just have one, like, boom, here goes this one name and its name is going to link you to all these different things, until he said Alliance Israelite Universal. Now, I've already gone over this a couple of times, but when I was, you know, using these search engines, I stumbled upon one that was giving me information that was different. And so I started looking into it and I'm like, is this a search engine thing that we are not supposed to have access to or something, or we're not supposed to have knowledge of it? So it's called the Jewish Virtual Library. And all you have to do is go to the search engine and start searching. So I started digging into that back then, and I was like, damn, Walter Williams, like there's some more details to the stuff you're saying. And a lot of it's showing that they were making up a lot more things than we think. So I, you know, hold on. I didn't understand what I had access to and didn't really want to share with anyone that I gained because of having access to the Jewish Virtual Library. But for a long time, I wouldn't look anything else up. I would just look up Alliance Israelite Universal and the Damascus affair and anything connected to that. I wasn't even clicking on the Colonialization Association, the ICA. I wasn't even clicking on any of that stuff. And then it just got me into, just one day I was just on there and was like, I wonder what's gonna say if I look this up. And I started looking up a lot of stuff, man. And it started blowing my mind. Like, damn, I'm looking up countries and it's showing me that they are the ones that were a part of establishing these countries. The name, the flag, and the education system. Like, it just started blowing my mind. It really started blowing my mind, and it helped me have a way of looking at things and you know, pulling out the information that others aren't finding. And it was just you know, at the time it was all about debunking meta-netter and proving that the hieroglyphs haven't been deciphered. So, you know, then I started stumbling upon why is the ICA saying that they brought a bunch of people from Russia and they're Siberian and they're not practicing the so-called Hebrew faith? And now they're here in America. What's going on here? Then looking into it, seeing the Sicilian stuff, the Italians, and giving the numbers coming here. But when I look that information up on Wikipedia, it's not giving me access to any of that. But in the Jewish Virtual Library, it's giving you the whole thing, how many hectares of land they got, and so on and so forth. So there are stories, that I just wanted to start shedding light on. And then definitely want to open it up, because it's like, I'm only one person, so I can't think of, somebody might think of something to look up on here that might give me access to something that might be a piece of something I was looking for and I didn't know. So this, when you have stuff like this, it takes more than 3 people really to get down to it. When you have a search engine operation that's giving you information that when you look on there, it has details, and then you look on Wikipedia and it's not there, and then it's saying something different. But anyway, so on here you could just type in the year, and it's going to tell you everything that they involved in. You could type in specific names involved in stuff dealing with slave trade. You could look up the transatlantic slave trade. Not only is it going to give you the story, but it's going to give you who really put this stuff together. So I wanted to dig into these things and go over this stuff. And if anyone had anything else to look like, what do they say about flat Earth? Like, what would I find in there about flat Earth? One example. What would I find in there about the story of the Native Americans? So it's unlimited things to look up. Of course, SEO, it's all about what you can type, which that can be found. Hold on one moment. Oh man. So did anybody get their special alert today? Anybody get the zombie 5G alert? Did you get it,
brother? I'm not sure. I turned my phone off and my daughter's phone off, and we went outside doing between 12:15 and about 12:25. So it more than likely came, but I didn't participate in it.
Yeah, that's good, man. They caught me slipping over here on the West Coast. That shit went off at 11:18. Man, I hurried up and turned my phone off like, oh, these bastards are dirty. Thought it was going to go off at 12:20. Well, anyway.
And shout out to the child. Let me shout out the chat real quick. My brother, Chief 18 Wheelers, sponsor Dangerous Music. Anthony Lowe, OG Green Machine. Good seeing you, brother. Always love and respect. Niji. My brother Niji, much respect. James Money, Jules, Brother Knowledge, Vibrant, 56 Aces. Ghetto Child Inc., Bronze, Flat Power, Flat Savage. Much love and respect to everybody. Go ahead, brother. You got it. I ain't going to interrupt you no more. I just wanted to shout out the chat, man. Flat motherfucking power to the Flat Power family. Go ahead, brother.
That's right. All right, let me turn that thing sideways.
Yeah, Foxy Moon, much love. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. Okay, so you see here, Black-Jewish relations in the United States. So this is no negative slight towards any other nationality. This is just sharing the relations that, many of us might not have had access to an SEO like this. So we see already we have these things lit up right here. North versus the South. So why would this be in here? Why is there a north versus the South? All right, Black Jewish contracts and thus Black Jewish relations date from the earliest years of settlement. Many of the tiny number of Jews who came to America in the colonial period, especially those from Spain and Portugal, engaged in international trade and thus were directly involved in the triangle trade of slavery. Really? So we already know what's up with this story, and we know where it's going. North versus the South, Black Jewish is about slavery. Okay, so sugar and rum, huh? Sugar and rum. You know what they say about sugar and rum? Others settled in many of the American colonies and northern cities like Newport, New York, and Boston. Jewish merchants and early industrialists found their livelihoods intertwined with various aspects of slavery and the slave trade in the South. A few Jews who owned or traded slaves. All right, so if we already know about this stuff, many might have heard of these things, right? That's not why I'm reading. So the point is, who wrote this? Now, many of the Pan-African persuasion would read this stuff and be like, look, there go the evidence. Boom. Those are the people who did it, and it really happened. Okay? All right. By and large, these early Jews reflected the views of their white, gentle neighbors. Most Northern Jews opposed slavery, while most Southern Jews supported it. So Northern Jews opposed slavery. And we always hear the story in the North saying, oh, people in the North were free. They were above the Mason-Dixie line. You were in Indiana, you were in Ohio, you know what I'm saying? You were all good. It was still some Jim Crow stuff going on, but you was all good. Supposedly, allegedly. That's what they say. So while most Southern Jews supported it, if you were outspoken or active on either side, although there were notable exceptions, like abolitionists. So we're seeing that we can remove Black. It's an insult for them to even say Black. Should say American, because the first American is the Aborigine, the Aboriginal, the American Indian, first American. Boom. But now we got names, and that's the thing. When we look this stuff up, we need to find names. We need to find exactly what they have done, so we can know what has happened. A part of the propaganda and the indoctrination that is involving us, which this does. So supposedly some abolitionists, were against whatever. So this guy, right? What does it say? All right, that's cute. Okay, so August Bont, right? You got Rabbi. Okay, so these two who spoke out against slavery in Baltimore and had to leave the city in his own safety, Judaism, Judea, Benjamin, Jefferson Davis, secretly, blah, 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 right? So what we're seeing here is this. We have these names, and we have supposable people who are doing the slavery, who supposedly enslaved our people here in America. Then they are connected to the people who are opposing slavery. So it's the same people. A group of them are saying, nah, we ain't with it. And another group saying that we are with it, right? Okay. taking place in the 19th century. Who's this? Let me see who this is real quick. We're not going to spend too much time on this, y'all. Just a little, giving little examples. $2 bill, the Confederate States of America picture, and it has him on it. All right, so he's supposed to be someone that's important. There's Secretary of War, and then we got another one. Oh, so they want to keep him a secret, huh? What's his name? Morris Rafal. So, okay, you're going to let me click on it, but you don't have the information. So he used biblical passages to justify slavery. Oh, okay. So they're using the Bible to justify slavery. They're making up the Bible, and they're putting stuff in the Bible to justify slavery as they bring the damn book and dump it on our head. Okay, cool. How these things happen exactly, not going into the details about it. But there's just some stuff in here that I want everyone to understand. In fact, before I read this, I want to get right to the point because I want to move on to the good stuff. The point is this. Every single thing you find on here, and go to the bottom. And you will see who wrote this stuff. Wikipedia got the same thing. This is a little different. This is just a little different. So the bibliography, right? You see in the years 1995, 1997, 1998. Okay, people say just because it's in that year doesn't mean that it was they made it up that year, and so on and so forth, right? Okay, fair enough. So they got 1994, 1984. Sources: Encyclopedia Judaica, 2008, right? Why do black activists care about Palestine? So, okay, all kind of other stuff that's connected to it, details to my focus. Oh, let me see if they got something that's talking about the slavery. Nope, that's it. Okay. Okay, so you can always go back and pause, showing the sources. Really, the sources are terrible. And in the bibliography, you can pull out the names, the dates when they're writing this stuff, and it's like, where did they really get these things from? So anyway, the economic disparities, our financial situation that we're going through right now. We need to focus on mine, manufacture, mass produce everything we want, need, and use. And before that, we definitely need to know maintenance, repair, overhaul, maintenance, repair operations, to know how everything works that we use, how to fix it if it breaks. And we need to get access to gathering materials to make these things pertaining to what we use all the time. And that way, the economic part, which is very, very important part, the key thing to take away is feeding yourself. When a person can feed himself, it's a little different. Life's a little different. You got things that you want, you see, or whatever. But I noticed that a lot of us spend too much damn money on fast food. Prices are going through the roof. They got burgers out here costing $8, $10. that 5 years ago cost $4. So economic disparities, right? While relatively few blacks and Jews interacted politically outside of the left. So now we see the whole situation with who is running the Democrat situation. Okay, so far more encountered each other in economic venues in virtually every case. Jews had the upper hand because Jews were white. So now we see, when you look on statistics, there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'll be saying. So I'm going to say, my bad. Let me slow down, y'all. There are going to be some sidebar things that I'm going to say today that might not be easy to access. So anytime anyone in the chat later on, in the message, the comment section, ask a question, I'll see it, and I'll do my best to give you an answer for it. Okay, so in virtually every case, Jews had the upper hand because Jews were white. So in statistics, we'll see today that majority of America is white. Then our portion is black. Then we're only in between 40 to 45 million. Then you have all the other nationalities: Hispanic, Filipinos, Hawaiians, Arabs, Africans, Chinese, all the Asian people, everybody coming up over here. And it's a shitload, much more now. But what they're doing is, statistically, they're taking all the numbers and saying they're white. Now, this is my own thing I'm putting together. I want someone to challenge me on that. But again, I'm saying this is what I am professing, that in statistics, they are numerating themselves as all people being white, then separating people by the nationalities that they're picking for themselves. But they're taking them all as white. So even though you'll see a nationality thing saying someone's Mexican, ultimately they're going to be white. So they're still marked as white and they're marked as Mexican. Someone from Africa, they're going to be marked as white and from Africa. So from all these other places and statistics, they're going to be marked as white. 100 years ago, times Hitler, they would have never allowed for someone who they said was Jewish to be marked as white, and they called Italians black. Supposedly, that's what I heard. So I'll say allegedly. Anyway, so they were able to benefit from the American system that apportioned opportunity more by race than by ethnicity or religion and the urban skills. See, so they acquired our building techniques, our farming techniques, and then they ran with it. And when they write it, they will say urban skills. That's one of these new things they're doing. That's another phrase, and it gave us another name, y'all. Urban skills. They have brought from Europe enabled Jews to succeed more quickly than African Americans. It was the exodus of better off Jews into better neighborhoods that brought black tenants to Jewish areas in the first place. So there's some mixing going on, so on and so forth. But what they're not telling you is when they first came over here, they had to learn what we were doing in order to do trade. Another one on a sidebar note, that there's information that I have passed down connected to my relatives, my Yoakum and Reed ancestors, that the people who were doing trade with Europe from America, supposedly they basically created a form of inflation, telling them that they don't have so many oranges or so many tomatoes. And they were doing some barbaric things to the people for food, or things of herbs and spices, sugar, tobacco. And in fact, they say they outlawed tobacco, but that's supposedly 400 or 500 years ago. Well, 300-400 years ago. So you have a group of people who are bringing food to a people who do not have food. If you look into what foods grow in Europe and the UK, that these are not really self-sustainable places. And then you look into America, damn near every fruit that tastes good on earth originates here, and all the other versions are hybrids. So all right. Man, these Jews are those that remain, continue to run the original businesses. Jews owned up to 90% of the stores in many black neighborhoods. Now, this takes place after the fact. I noticed they're not putting a year, but this is after the fact of the Slovaks coming into America from 1880 to 1920. And that's why you will hear many people saying, my ancestors had nothing to do with slavery. The people that are coming from Europe, they'll tell you that their ancestor didn't get to America until the 20th century. Like, you're not going to find too many of them that have ancestors that were here in the 19th century. Like, it's rare. And you can really look these things up, start asking. This is why this Jewish Virtual Library gave me an edge, because I was finding these things that a lot of these Europeans were not coming over here in large numbers until the end of the 19th century. And then when you look back, they'll say that, 20,000 of our people came over here, but it's not 20,000 of them in that area. And now, like, it's ridiculous in the records when you get it from a Library of Congress. You know, they have some ridiculous numbers. 50,000 people came. Like, y'all telling me that y'all have boats just going back and forth, 50,000 people? 50,000 criminals. I read this before on here a few months ago, probably like 3 months ago, where they're saying these things. But in fact, this stuff happens later. This happens after the change of things, after 1906, after 1913, after Great Depression, bombing our cities, Oklahoma, Rosewood, just to name a few. They were bombing a lot of cities throughout the 20th century. These things came into play recently. So anyway, Jews own up to 90% of the stores. So that means that 10% was owned by who? In many black neighborhoods. So the inevitable tensions in poor neighborhoods between landlords and tenants, shoekeepers and customers, social workers and clients came to a scene as black Jewish conflicts, and they reinforced stereotypes of greedy and unscrupulous Jews or lazy and irresponsible blacks. So that's what they did. Disenfranchisement, I gotta make sure I'm saying it right. I'll be messing up on that word sometimes, y'all. Happens. They take our farms. They come in and stop what we had going on. If anyone ever looks on my avatar, you'll see it literally shows all the things that we had going on here, that we ran everything. It's like, for me to see this in a book and see the pictures and see the stuff that we had going on, to see the things that we had.
Hey, Lotus, not to cut you off, brother, but it sounds like it's the dismantlement of the family unit. But go ahead, brother. I just want, I've been listening. You going in, brother. Much respect.
Appreciate that. Exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. And there's a form of propaganda that I was told came into play where they were able to influence, after moving to the neighborhoods in 1880 to 1920, the Slovak people moved into ethnic neighborhoods. And the number that they ended with, as many of them that came between that time, was like 4 million. So they come in, they bring the form of financial exchange, fiat or whatever. They're trading with each other. We already have our own system going on here. They're convincing people to not farm, not continue on as apprenticeship and learn the trade of their family while pursuing in dreams and invention and all that stuff. They came in and stopped us. We were on the path of inventing things. And this situation came in. And that's what happens from 1880 to 1920, to my knowledge, in these areas where these things are happening. And after their propaganda took its hold, and we go through those 3 steps, the fall of the numismatics, the rise of the Federal Reserve, to the Great Depression, when they have full control of the trade and barter system, then they're calling us lazy and irresponsible, because many of us are just worried about feeding ourselves. It's not going to be oh, well, we created these different systems where you go to school instead of learning how to feed yourself and learning how to tend to animals and build homes and stuff like that. So anyway, another point of contract between the two communities was the arts, especially music, and the new medium of motion pictures. So they said, okay, what we gonna do? They like singing and dancing? We got you. Oh, they like acting too? Oh, we got that already. We already got some of them. We just got to go get them to push our motive and narrative. So meeting first in vaudeville. Remember we went over to vaudeville in the burlesque degree, in the minstrel show, where they meet in a vaudeville. Again, many people will say there's a lot of Pan-Africans that are doing this blackball thing. Don't listen to Lotus. Lotus makes things up. But I'm showing you right here. I'm showing you right here. And it's the stuff that's going on. Some of the people are still alive that participated in these acts going on in the 20th century. So meeting first in vaudeville, right, and other performance areas, Jews also rose to positions of greater power and became impresarios and agents for Black performers. The same also true in sport. Yeah. Interesting. So let me pull up the other ones. So what's this golden age? So what would be, we got the threat. We'll leave that alone. What's this golden age? What makes this a golden age? What's going on here? What? Okay, so before that, it leads to the, okay, so all right, it might not be, political relations between Black and Jewish political agencies warmed further as the modern civil rights movement gained real force. So now we see indefinitely exactly who's behind the civil rights. We could pull the names out. We could pull the pocketbooks out. We could pull the receipts out, see who was getting paid, all that through here. So the two communities had gotten to one another through common work. The organizations have become more desirable allies as their earlier successors, brought increased membership, stronger finances, and greater political access. And they shared a set of liberal values. So this is the whole thing of them forcing this liberal left Democrat and to make you think that, oh, they oppose some Republican conservative right when they're all a part of the same damn joke. Joke's on us, though. I know that. So, and they shared a set of liberal values, including bringing change within the existing system, employing moderate, non-confrontational tactics in doing so, a commitment to the centrality of individual rights rather than privileges bestowed by membership in a group, and a conviction that it was the obligation of government to foster equal opportunity. For who? Those who abide by the things that they want, the talented 10, divine 9, Boule, fraternal orders, and of course the Masonic orders. You get into the higher Masonic order stuff, it's all pointing back to the people here. They advocated litigation, education, and legislation to bring about equality. Evidence, for example, in the American Jewish Congress New Commission on Law and Social Actions by the late 1940s. So, look at this. Liberal civil rights. So in the 1940s, it was the liberal civil rights. They just took the liberal off, slapped our damn communities silly that were already bombarded with those three things that were against us. Well, anyway, the liberal civil rights organizations rooted in the two communities slowly began to develop a close partnership, launching programs separately and jointly to improve conditions for racial and religious minorities. This can still be viewed as self-interest, but it was now a broader concept. The NAACP, with the help of all main Jewish organizations, the Supreme won a Supreme Court case that declaring restrictive housing covenants unenforceable, which benefited both groups, but particularly economically mobile Jews. All right. So we see where that's going. We see it's connected to the schools. We see fair employment. That it's like you have to go along with their stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, where's my water? Messed up big time. Froze my water. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into the details of that, but we're seeing that they're involved in civil rights. And we see they had a hand in this too. It's it's all good. Let me pull out. I gotta give me a second. I need to drink something. Damn. All right, let's see what's up with these what's this? What I have up here. Okay, so you see here too, you can go there and just put African American in, and everything will pop up here. Mark Twain. Yeah, I was like, man, where my stuff at? There we go. Okay, here we go. Let me go over this real quick. Yeah, this is something that I did not know. And it's something that I definitely need to investigate as well, but it is only because it was through here, typing Native American, like I want to see what's going on with this Native American situation with them, because I found that the Siberians and the Sicilians are the Native Americans today. And we can see that with Iron Eyes Cody and many others. If you go look up the list of Native American actors, you're going to see that a particular group of people are playing those roles. And then you have some that go on and literally play out the role in real life. Iron Eyes Cody really lived his life like he was a Native American, knowing damn well his people were from Italy. And then it's like, wait a minute. So we can just say that stuff that they do with the Native Americans throwing a bunch of rocks in the corner, worshiping some rocks, roach stomping around a fire, living in some teepees and stuff like that. Like, that is their culture. And that's what they brought to America from Siberia, from Sicily, Italy. And it was because of this search engine, I was able to pull out the information in the Jewish Colonialization Association. But this right here caught me off guard. So Louis Charles Levine, however you pronounce it, Levine, if he's Levin, that's a very interesting name, was an American Jewish congressman, and the first Jew ever elected to U.S. House of Representatives. So we got some stuff going on with some House of Representatives stuff today. Very interesting. Yep. People getting kicked out, losing their job, out of here, and they need to get old girl out of there too. So Levine, born, 1808, died, yep, we don't care. So let's see what he did. He went to a college in Carolina. He had a law degree, something that they all into. He taught in school in Mississippi. My guess is he taught law. Okay, first public crusades on the evils of alcohol and against Catholic political power. Okay, interesting. So Levine began gaining notoriety in Philadelphia in the later 1830s for the public crusades on the evils of alcohol and against the Catholic political power. In 1843, Levine founded the American Republican Party. So don't try and be a damn Democrat put down the Republicans and don't try and be a Republican. Put down the Democrats who are independent or any of that shit. Let it go. Start our own shit. So, later called the Native American Party. So goddamn, man. So they're created they're attached to the civil rights thing. They're attached to the NAACP. They're attached to the Talented 10, the Divine Nine. They're attached to W.B. Du Bois, who got Pan from Otto von Bismarck. That's who taught him about Pan. Pan is a half goat, half man. So anyone call himself a Pan-African, stop saying that the Pan just means all, because it's a rustic song in the play where he delighted all the gods. And then they took off the main part of that and just put all. Anyway, Otto von Bismarck is riding with these same people. And shortly in 1844, he ran for Congress and was elected. His party's platform called the Extending the Period of Neutralization to 21 Years, election of only native-born Americans to all offices. So, and the rejection of foreign interference in all institutions, social, religious, and political. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with that right there. I think that we need to personally put this into our life, that we that only well, not native, only American Indian, Aboriginal born Americans, only those who are the first should be in all offices. That means instead of that one person that they kicked up out of there, McCarthy, how about we kick everybody out? And our people, the original American, the first American, those with the American skin, who are the Aborigines, the copper-colored American, American Indian, be the people who take full control. We don't care about a party, a damn bird's wing, chicken wing from Wingstop or whatever the fuck. We don't give a damn about none of that stuff. But this is our shit. And time to take our destiny back. Carry it on. I think that there's nothing wrong with that. But this was made for them to have this power. And then it's conflicting when you look into who was really a Catholic or any of these things or any of that stuff at that time. Y'all, it's mind-blowing, but this person was elected twice to Congress before being defeated in 1850. He returned to practice law. Philadelphia, anyway, so when it comes to that phrase Native American, they're saying that really he is the person that coined that phrase. And from what I'm seeing, it has something to do with politics, politicians who were Jews. And then I say, holy shit, Native Americans are Siberian Jews. They're Sicilian Jews. They're the same people. They just mixed with different people. They have reproductive issues, so they had to mix with certain people. So the thing is, sidebar, when you start putting it together and you start looking into what people look like what really separates a German from a French, from a Swiss, from an Austrian, from a Polish, from a Holland, from an Amsterdamish, from Spain, from Portugal, what really separates them? Do they all really look alike? And when you start looking into them and seeing that they all look alike, they playing us. It's all the same people. Anyway, Thanksgiving in the Jews. What first American Thanksgiving was held in Plymouth, Massachusetts in 1621, attended by 90 Native Americans. So, hey. Many of us know about it. You see who was by Michael Fieldberg. Okay. Thanksgiving, y'all. Thanksgiving's coming up. What's that? A couple months? 2 months for Thanksgiving. And it's saying that this whole Thanksgiving situation It's by them. So I'm telling you, they'll tell you that, oh, it was the Pilgrims. Then you're going to look into it, it's going to say, nah, these are the same people. Oh, it was this group of people. Nah, actually, that was the same people. I'm telling you, with all these situations, you're going to find on here that it was a person that was involved in it. Who's a Jew? You know, and this is not anything negative. This is just citing the facts and the information of the people who write this stuff. Give you, let's see, they give you, he's the source. See how they do that? He's the source. So when a person says, oh, I'm telling you my ancestors are from America. My grandmother told me that. Oh, your grandmother don't mean shit. But this person right here, Michael Philberg, can tell you that he's the source because he got a PhD. Goddamn shame. So this whole thing of Thanksgiving falls on him. Ain't that about it, bitch? You got House Resolution 183 of American people and the divorced communities. Okay, so that's not pertaining to that. Are Native Americans 27%? Oh, Americans overestimate population of Jews and others. Almost done, babe. When it comes to an estimate, size demographic groups, Americans really, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so category, we don't care. Okay, are Native Americans? Okay, I need more clarity on this. Hold on. So I'm gonna have to go over this. Okay, so when Lotus says, hey, y'all, I'm putting together this book called Native American Slave Trade. Tucker Carlson interviewed a Native American woman, and she literally said her ancestors were sold as slaves here. Now, when I look into the story of the Jews, the Bloodly Bell, the Alliance Israelite Universal, it's saying that they were the slaves. It's saying literally that they were the slaves. So when they were coming here, picking up goods and taking goods back to Europe, they were servants. When it comes to estimating the size of demographic groups, Americans really get it right. Americans rarely get it right. Is that so? In two recent YouGov polls, respondents were asked to guess the percentage ranging from 0 to 100 of American adults who are members of 43 different groups. The surveys found that Americans tend to vastly overestimate the size of minority groups. So just giving you, okay, Native Americans, estimated population, 27% true population. Damn. Okay, so it's just giving you, okay, they're doing statistics. Okay, yeah, we don't care about those. 41%, what the fuck? So, okay, this is giving you some statistics. Americans overestimate population of Jews and others. Okay, that's what's up. We don't care. The Council of Native Americans and Indigenous Studies. Ooh, okay, okay. They're gonna pop that shit up every time. African Literature Association. Yeah, okay. Where's the African Literature? Okay. American State Association. We don't care. Okay. American Anthropological Association. What's this about? Okay, these are associations. Oh yeah, we're not about to dig into the associations. Okay. And this goes further on the first Jewish congressional. So isn't it very interesting that the first Jewish congressman is connected to Native American? On the Hill, see? And when they say on the hill in the Iroquois language, that is actually something that's important, by the way. Let's see. Communication. Okay. Let's see what else we got. And it's crazy. Like I would have to like type in tribes like Choctaw. Like y'all can go to this and put in Choctaw, Blackfoot, Muskogee, Algonquin, Anishinaabe, Cherokee. You know, you can put all this stuff in here, and you know it'll pull up what they have for their people to know. Okay. All right. What's this? Jewish American historical places, the Gomez House. Bear with me, y'all. I'm waiting for my ice to melt. Drink some water. Throat getting groggy. Woo. It's a lot better. Shit. All right. Somewhere in New York. Uh-huh. Native American inhabited for more 280 years. Okay, well, let me show me what I'm looking for. Show me what I'm looking for. Number of American Indian trails converged at this point in the Algonquin tribes in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania met certain seasons of the years to worship. Okay, so just explain the house. The Dewfields Dance Kamar, Devil's Dance Chamber. That's funny. So Native Americans are doing devil dance chamber ceremony, ritual, whatever. Okay. So in here, you'll find, if you're like connected to a specific tribe, you'll find encounters supposedly documented that they documented in, you know. All right, let's get out of there. Again, y'all just wanted to go over this and to share. That this is a search engine operation that you can use to gather information that'll have pieces that are missing in a lot of stories. Let me see. It's the other one I got before I pull up my Columbus stuff. So, all right, this is one of the first names I looked up when I started, using this search engine to find missing pieces and information I was gathering. So Christopher Columbus, okay, discoverer of America, thought by some to have been of Murano. Now y'all look up Murano extraction. What does Murano mean? What is a Murano extraction? He was himself mysterious when speaking of his origin, apparently having something in his background which he wished to conceal. However, he boasted cryptically about his connection with King David. Right. And had a penchant for Jewish and Murano society. Look up Murano society. Spanish scholars have attempted to explain the fact that this great hero of Spanish history was almost certainly born in Who Gives a Fuck. All right, so let's get down to, okay. The name Cologne or Colombo, and I was always, ask people these trick questions. Can you tell me the original name of Christopher Columbus? And his name was Christopher Columbus. People didn't have the name Christopher during that time. It was Christobal, right? So they laugh at me. Oh, he's saying Christobal. He's saying it wrong. It's Christobal, and it has a meaning. It's actually a title. And then Cologne, and people will say Cristobal Colon, Cristobal Colombo. Yeah, Colombo. Yeah. Was not uncommon among Italian Jews of the late medieval period. A document recently discovered suggests that Columbus was of Majorcan or Mahorcan origin and almost certainly belonged to a Murano family, but the authenticity of the document still remains to be proved. Now, when I tell people, man, they don't got the stuff from that time, and then you look it up and they'll tell you, oh yeah, we don't have the original writing. And what copy y'all got? Oh yeah, we found something and then we made a copy of it. What? Or it's, oh, we found a copy that proves that the stuff that we've been saying for 300 years is real. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, yeah. So a document recently discovered suggests that Columbus was the Majorcan origin and almost certainly belonged to a Murano family, but the authenticity of the document still remains to be proved. On the other hand, Columbus' mysterious signature, which he adjured his son always to use, is susceptible to a Hebraic interpretation. So he's signing signatures in goddamn cursive forms of Hebrew. Yeah, that's what he did. Which is no more improbable than the many other solutions that have been proposed. It is remarkable, moreover, that Columbus began his account of his voyage with a reference to the expulsion of the Jews from Spain, that in one document that refers to the Second Temple of Jerusalem by the Hebraic term second house. Are you serious? So the only thing they got, they're saying, oh yeah, we ain't got the story where Columbus says, hey y'all, we got expelled. Instead, we got we went through a hard time, like the times of David, or the times of the temple, the second temple in Jerusalem. Right. That he dates its destruction as being the year 68. So it's like, hey, yo, bro, what'd you do today? And your answer is, on the 48th day of my 13th year, I went and sat under a tree. Motherfucker, I asked what the hell you just did, bro. Like, why you tell me about some shit from 13? That's what they did right here. So Columbus didn't say anything about being expelled. It's a damn riddle, a poem, a pun. What is it? So, 30 days its destruction as being the year 68 in accordance with the Jewish tradition, and that seems to have deliberately postponed the day of its sailing until August 3rd. So he's like, yeah, that happened when I was 13 on the day I sat by a tree. So that's why I can't go do whatever I was supposed to do today. Like, are you serious, bro? Okay, so while all was ready for the purpose on the previous day, which was the propitious, yeah, y'all, I'm getting my words back, unpropitious fast day of the 9th of, what was that, AV, what? Commemorating the destruction of the temple. Who gives a fuck about the temple, bro? We talking about your voyage. Oh, man, so the mystery regarding Columbus' origins is largely the outcome of his own mendacity, and as a result, it is equally impossible to exclude or to confirm the hypothesis that he was descended from a Jewish or ex-Jewish family. So basically, when the hell did he sail? Or he didn't sail on that day? Or the boat, what? The fact that ultimately received the patronage of Spanish sovereigns. So let's get down to the point. So let's see. So on here, it's going to give you some little details. So some new Christians, the Aragonese court. So the Aragonese court, notable Luis de Santangel or Santangel, and Gabriel, bunch of Bible names, Saint Angel Sanchez, as well as to some extent, as well as to some extent, Isaac. Abrabanel. So Abrabanel. It was in fact to Saint Angel and Sanchez that Columbus wrote the famous account of his success on his return, which was immediately published and circulated throughout Europe in 2 recessions, one addressed to the former, the other to the latter. On his journeys, the explorer used the nautical instruments performed by Jews such as Joseph Vincenzo. So, so they had got the tools to do the job from him, huh? And the nautical tables drawn by Abraham Zacuto. Interesting names. It was formerly stated that several of the crew on the first voyage were of Jewish birth, but this was true, in fact, of only one of them, the interpreter Luis de Torres, who has been baptized immediately before the expedition set sail. So this is a whole lot of crazy stuff going on here. But then they say Franciscan Joachimite traditions of the coming third age. And that's when I say, what the fuck? My mother's mother ancestors are the Joachims, and they took the name Joachim and created a name called Jehoiakim. So they did that in the 19th century. My ancestors still carry the original name Joachim. They literally And this is the things that I be saying that you'll find in here. You'll find stuff, especially dealing with America or dealing with something pertaining to attached to your last name. If you have names that are going back, dealing with trading with the people who the Alliance Israelite Universal had to come save. Well, anyway, yeah. So let's see what the sources are saying. Let's get down to the sources. Enough of this. Okay, 1907. So I'm gonna just say it like this. They made the Christopher Columbus story in the late 19th century, y'all. This is coming from me, sidebar, side note. And I've never, well, not never, I have not received a decent challenge. I tried to challenge a bunch of Pan-Africans on it, and I said, I'm not going to reveal many of my sources. I want to debate for $1,000 right now on this information. And when they see that I have K. Serling's Christopher Columbus and the participation of the Jews in the Spanish and Portuguese discoveries, what can they say? They're going to take you through the loop if you go on Wikipedia and look this stuff up. Eventually, you'll get to this. But they're going to try and show you a bunch of papers supposedly written by Christopher Columbus himself. Now, look at these dates: 1907, 1940, 1953, 1964. You know, we thinking this stuff is old, y'all. They got us. But I got y'all. I'm not going to let y'all fall like that. So we still got people arguing about 1492 to 1619. All right. So again, I'm gonna be closing out soon. This is just the beginning of this. I will be on the Wednesdays. I was thinking about doing every other Wednesday, because it just works out for me right now. And you know what I'm saying, having to work extra hard. But here it is again, Jewish Virtual Library, a project of AICE. You see, I looked up 1611. I can show you that you can look up a year, and it's going to give you the stuff that they're involved in that year. Yeah. So this is a site for you know, the Jewish people. So if you want to know what they're reading and what information and history that they're connected to, what they're involved in, because they brag. This is them bragging about the stuff they're involved in. When I started reading that Bloodlead Bell stuff, in fact, let me show it again. Let me show you how serious this is. I know people got mad when I do the name dropping thing. But look, I'll show y'all. Oh, no, I gotta put Damascus Affair. So, okay, the Damascus Affair. I've gone over this before. You have the live bill is born. I just want to show you the names of people connected to this stuff on it. So, you know, that for them to know all this stuff, that's like this is their site. This is their information that they share with each other. This is not something that other people are really using. So they're not, I guess it's like they didn't really focus on, not giving full details to stuff. And they put details. Where is this shit at? Yeah, look at this. A Muslim servant in the service of David Harari, related under duress, and Ibrahim. Amara was killed in the house of Maher Farhi, in the presence of Farhi and other Jewish notables. Most of those mentioned were arrested, but one of them, Isaac Levi Picciotto, was an Austrian citizen and under the protection of the Austrian Council. His citizenship eventually led to the invention of Austria, England, and the United States in the affair. Again, his citizenship eventually led to the intervention of Austria, England, and the United States in the affair. So let me just go over the names. I'm gonna click on United States and see what involvement they got in that, y'all, before we cut out. All right, this is about Amarov. Let's see. Okay, so he then acted in a manner contrary to diplomatic practice by sending the report he had received from Damascus to James D. Rothschild, the honorary Austrian consul in Paris. He also requested Rothschilds to intervene with the French government. This, however, did not bring any result. In order to alert public opinion in France and around the world, Baron de Rothschild published a report in the press. In Vienna, his brother Solomon Rothschild approached Chancellor Metternich on the issue. So the Rothschilds are approaching Chancellor Metternich. Now, I had a lot of arguments with a lot of Hoteppers about Metternich, being that before they called it Medunetter, it was called the Metternich. Many people will say the Metternich or Metternich. They were saying the Metternich. And start saying Medunetter, making it popular until the 80s, 1980s, that is. So when it comes to Metternich, the Metternich stele, Muhammad Ali's attached to this stuff. So, I mean, all this stuff is yeah, y'all. This stuff is wild when you put it together and you see what they did and the results of it today and the outcome of it and the future that they have for people who do not have control of their destiny. Anyway, Chancellor Metternich reprimanded Lorraine. All right, cool. So these are the people involved in that. Chancellor Metternich is connected to Joseph, what the fuck's his name? Baron Joseph van Hammer-Purgstall. And Hammer-Purgstall was the person who created the 67 ancient alphabets, who created the stories of all ancient writings and decipherments and all that stuff. Baron Joseph von Hammer-Purgstall did that, and he was working with Chancellor Metternich. So in history and information, they're doing that. The Rothschilds are controlling the banking. So you have the finance and the stuff, and y'all, this shit crazy, y'all. So here they have the information here, y'all, for anyone. Look up anything on here. Where's the United States? Let me click on that United States real quick and see what they say about flat Earth. United States, yeah, okay. So every state in the United States that's connected to anything that they've done with that state, it's gonna be right here. All the counties, telling y'all. Am I saying that I got faith in what they're saying? Hell no. Nah. Saying I can investigate further in the details of information that I have acquired thanks to this search engine. Oh shit. Algeria introduced you in declaring that the earth was flat and Israel had flattened it. Uh-huh. So they're making jokes. I write to bring to your attention libels that have appeared recently in college. They getting so mad about this flat earth stuff. Look how mad they got about the flat earth, bro. Just as surely as a student newspaper would be reluctant to run an advertisement in favor of the flat earth theory. And no university would hire a professor who advocated the flat earth theory. Anyone who cares about the truth is under an obligation to think twice before offering a platform to those who systematically lie by denying the, come on. I'll bring that in there. Terrible. So that's all they got for flat earth. So again, we see in the Royal Society. Oh, that's the one. Let me give y'all one more. Really? Let me give one more, man. One more. So when I look up Royal Society and look what it gives me. Who runs the Royal Society? Yeah, the next thing goes on and on and on and on. Corporation, gatekeepers, the scientists, the royal company, the Royal Society, and how they operate, their triangle. At the top, Royal Society was holding it all together, the royal company. The bottom right, that's the Jesuits. The Jesuits, right? Got the Jesuits. No, I'm just playing. You got the Jesuits, and you have the Templars, all operating together, all gatekeeping information. If you don't know about the Jewish Virtual Library, you won't be able to dig in there and find out. So again, this is a search engine. I know everyone used to Google, Bing, and whatever new thing they got going on, Yahoo or whatever. But this is a search engine that I've been using for a while. There's a lot of stuff like pulling up like the name of Morocco. What did I just pull up? Up to my United States. Oh yeah, I pulled that one up already. Yeah, man. Jewish Virtual Library, y'all. Y'all want to pull the information up that really crushes this shit? It's where you do it. Where I found out they brought the Siberian Sicilians here, Jewish Virtual Library, where I dug into the stuff about their religious doctrines and who supposedly wrote all this. All that is right in here. Native American history and information. You have to dig into it. You have to say each and every single tribe's name. They'll have that information up in here, and you'll see they openly talk about it, that those tribes and all that stuff is their invention. So if you have two different forms of coming, like I said, I'm putting together a book. I'm doing a major thing on the Native American slave trade, where I'm gonna show and prove that the Baron de Hirsch colony brought the Siberians and Sicilians here. They were not here thousands of years ago, not to the Clovis, not to the Bering Strait, that they brought them here in the 19th century. And on the Pacific Ocean side, you have the Pacific slave trade. And I'm saying that they brought the Chinese, the Mongolians, the Filipinos here, and they mixed. Okay, they did mix. You have a lot of movies and shows out today, like on Max, you have Warrior. I believe it's Max, but y'all can look up Warrior. And Warrior, they're giving you the details to what they were going on. They had brothels. The Chinese people were slaves here. The Irish people were slaves here. Then they create a form of them having some chop, which is some paper to do trade with each other. That's what they did. And everything going on here, it was somebody that came and said, we're going to give you this paper and we're going to exchange. And we do it today, man. I got to get that paper myself right now so I can make things happen, y'all. So with that, I will be closing out. I know you want to play some jams. Anyone want to put in a request to look up something? Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all taking your time to come and listen to me go over this. This information, the past few times I've really been holding back on information and kind of waiting for things to go a certain direction. But there's going to be a couple of times I come on here, and it will be just videos or some blog talk shows. So I'm going to start sharing the old interviews that I've had with people, and time to show and prove. But anyway, brother Big Dog Philly OG, man, be closing out.
Yeah, I'm here, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Oh man, appreciate you. Right back at you.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the house. I appreciate all of y'all. You can close out, brother.
All right. Honorable admiration, all my good brothers, sisters of the feather. I need to stop saying man, we're in a time right now where we getting hit from all directions. I mean, food, gas, all directions. If you are a person that has a great deal of finance, our best advice, get you some animals, get you some seeds, get you some land. Don't really need to say much more than that. But I'm definitely sitting here waiting to make these moves, to open up warehouses, to get CNC machining going on, 3D printing stuff that we need, learning how to build everything, knowing about white goods and brown goods, the things that we use day to day, man. I really don't find too much to be important, especially today. But there's some crazy shit going on with politics, and I think that we need to turn our TVs off and let that shit go. Focus on us. If y'all understand how other people are coming into our country and taking control of their stuff and doing whatever they're doing, notice they're only moving to certain cities. We can move to an area and make it pop. We got the opportunity to do that now. Keep whatever we got going on, man, but we need to start investing in our own land. A couple of counties in the state of our choice and decision. We got to start doing this shit now. We need to start building water companies, electric companies. We need to build our own phone towers, our own broadcasting networks, our own radio towers, our own everything. Peace and love to all the family. Honor, bro, admiration. And we'll be here again in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I'll do it a few Wednesdays from now. Come back and get back to the regularly scheduled program. I'm going to be calling out a lot of people, seeing if they'll pop in. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Hey, much love and respect to everybody, man. We out. Everybody have a good night. Peace.